Welcome to Outdooraholic. My name is Nathan. We're here at Big Bend National Park here in the Big Bend of Texas. We're going to be going through the park, exploring all there is to see and do. Hiking, biking, canoeing, scenic roads. It's a very remote, desolate park, but tons of beauty, mountains and valley along the river, desert. Come along and we'll explore Big Bend. Big Bend is one of the largest, most remote, and also one of the least visited national parks in the United States. Big Bend was officially established as a national park back in 1944, but that process started back in the 1930s. It was originally called Texas Canyon State Park back in 1933, and then redesignated as Big Bend State Park, eventually becoming Big Bend National Park. Big Bend is a really unique area. In the kind of the center of the park are the Chisos mountain range, which are considered sky islands because of the wooded, forested area that's not normally found in a desert. The mountains kind of form a circle around what's called the Chisos Basin, has a lodge, a visitor center, and a campground. The tallest mountain in the Chisos Mountains is Emery Peak, which is 7,825 feet above sea level. There's a lot of good hiking up there from the Window Trail, Lost Mine Trail, and then Emery Peak Trail. All around the mountains are Chihuahuan Desert, and the southern edge of Big Bend is the Rio Grande River, which also serves as the international boundary between the United States and Mexico. The cost to visit Big Bend, it's $30 per vehicle or $25 per motorcycle. If you're going to be visiting a lot of national parks, it's worth it to buy the America the Beautiful Pass, which is $80 for the whole year at all national parks, and that's what we use. The best time to visit Big Bend is between November and April. That's when the temperatures are the best, but be aware, especially holiday weekends, they do get booked, like completely filled up, so you're gonna have to make campground reservations ahead of time. Big Bend is very desolate, and there's very limited internet or cell phone reception. They do have public Wi-Fi available at the Rio Grande Village store, Panther Junction, and some of the other visitor centers. There are a lot of things to do at Big Bend National Park. There are three main campgrounds, established campgrounds. There's Cottonwood on the west side of the park near Santa Elena Canyon. There's the Chisos Basin campground up in the Chisos Mountains. And there's the Rio Grande Village on the east side of the park. Both times we've camped at Big Bend, we've stayed at the Rio Grande Village, which is a really nice campground. There are also a lot of dispersed campsites throughout the national park, but most of those are off of dirt roads, with some of which require four-wheel drive and high clearance vehicles. There's tons of great hiking at Big Bend. Some of the favorite trails that we have done are the Hot Springs Trail from Daniels Ranch to Hot Springs, the Balanced Rock up on Grapevine Hills, the Window up in the Chisos Basin, and the Nature Trail at the Rio Grande Village campground. A hike that we've tried to do both times we've visited but haven't been able to is the Lost Mine Trail on the way up to the Chisos Basin. It's supposed to be a very popular hike, although there's very limited parking. So if you want to do that hike, make sure you get there early. Another really popular activity at Big Bend is canoeing. There's 245 miles of the Rio Grande River that flow along Big Bend National Park through three main canyons. Santa Elena Canyon is the most popular. It has the tallest cliff walls, up to 1,500 feet in some places. It's about a 20-mile float down from Lajitas, which is usually done as an overnight trip. And all river floats require a backcountry use permit, which is free. Mariscal Canyon, which we've actually canoed. There's a 10-mile paddle from the put-in at Tally to the takeout at Solis. And Boquillas Canyon, which is a 33-mile float. It usually takes about 3 or 4 days to complete. Big Bend National Park is also known for its birding and wildlife. Over 450 species of birds have been observed at Big Bend, which I believe is more than any other national park. Just in the 2 times that we've been to Big Bend, I've seen over 45 species of birds myself. Some of my favorites include northern cardinals, Mexican jays, yellowthroat, golden-fronted woodpecker, mountain bluebird, vermilion flycatcher, greater roadrunner, green kingfisher, red-napped sapsucker, black-crested titmouse, cactus wren, and green heron. Other wildlife we've seen at Big Bend include coyotes, bobcats, nutria, javelina, mule deer, turtles, and snakes. Although in the Chisos Mountain there are also mountain lions or panthers, as well as black bears, so something to watch out for while hiking in the Chisos Basin. There's also just a lot of great roads. Near the Rio Grande Village, you go through a tunnel that was built in 1959 and has the distinction of being the first highway tunnel built in the state of Texas. On the western side of the park is the Ross Maxwell Scenic Drive. It was named for Ross Maxwell, a geologist and the first superintendent of Big Bend National Park. It starts from Santa Elena Junction and continues down 32 miles to the Santa Elena Overlook. Along the way, there are a lot of cool things to check out, including one of the best views of the park at the Sotul Vista, the unmistakable Mule Ear Peaks at the Mule Ear Viewpoint, and the 1,000-foot tall pile of volcanic rock called Cerro Castolon. Near the end is the old army compound of Castolon, which was also a frontier trading post. To kind of wrap it up, well, we really enjoy Big Bend National Park. We spent a week here last year and then a weekend this year, and still would like to go back again and keep exploring the park. There's all kinds of stuff to do, from the mountains to the deserts to floating down the river, just enjoying all the wildlife and nature. We've been using a scale of how many days, so like Saguaro National Park and White Sands National Park are about 1-day national parks. Yellowstone is at least a week national park. I would put Big Bend up there close to Yellowstone, a minimum of like 5 to 7 days to really enjoy the national park. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Check out Big Bend if you get the chance. If you like the video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe. We post videos on different national parks, different motorcycle rides, and we're going to be visiting a lot of cool national parks here in the next couple months. Glacier, Rocky Mountain, Yellowstone. So if you're interested, we hope you'll follow us and enjoy all our content. Live life, pass it on.